as an artist, I'm just trying to understand the world I'm living in and to maybe make sense of it a little bit, or at least to respect its nonsense, or to describe it. Working in an environment of crisis, it used to be historically considered rewarding, right? There's automatically an historical value given to works produced during a war because we value the testimony we're getting from it. I think during the pandemic, a lot of people were already a bit too much self-aware of how historical that moment was. Working as an artist never seemed the adequate reaction. And I don't think it can be. There is, I think, an expectation for artists to deliver some kind of guidance or to solve some problem that they cannot solve. The climate crisis in particular is especially painful because it's a crisis of production. And as an artist, but also as a mother, I feel burdened by the climate crisis in a way that I wouldn't have expected, in the sense that I realize that what I should do is nothing. You know this John Cage book? He say, you try to change the world, you only make things worse. Because what we can do, like everything we do, generate waste. When I say what I can do is nothing, I don't want people to think that I'm committed to passivity or inertia. That's not what I meant. But there is a certain level of like guilt that is also connected with action. And I'm interested to analyze that. I don't think it's relevant. I don't think we should not go protest because we have to use a car or take a bus to go to protest. I don't think artists should stop using paper because they are responsible for deforestation. Because actually this concept of guilt, individual guilt, has been created mostly by the oil companies. The whole idea of the carbon footprint was created by BP in order for people to carry the weight of the responsibility of the climate crisis individually and to avoid putting that responsibility into government, into the companies. We as individuals, we are carrying the global responsibility of the climate crisis, but our responsibility is actually very, very small. Our participation is very little. I mean, depending where you live, of course, and I mean, everything can be argued with number. I'm just trying to simplify here. But really, I think this dynamic of scale is very interesting when it comes to climate crisis. And I don't really have a solution, but I'm tormented by it. But yet, I feel this grief and I feel this guilt in everything I do, because I know that everything I do, every production is impactful, is producing waste, and there's nothing I can completely do about it. I can limit it, but there will always be a little bit of waste because there's a cost of living. I feel conflicted because there are moments where I feel really discouraged and disgusted even by my own activity. And I feel like it's so difficult to not produce waste and be painting, drawing, making sculptures specifically. But I'm interested in finding a sort of joy into the idea of actually production and economy. For example, I have a secret joy reusing every single container that I'm using for paint. And I'm collecting them and like cleaning them, and I'm reusing them. And so they always have like a second, third, fourth, fifth use. It's very stupid, doesn't change much. Probably would be better if I wouldn't eat yogurt than reusing the pot of yogurt. It doesn't resolve the conflict, but it makes it visible. And I guess right now what we can is just communicate our dissatisfaction, our questions, and our emotion. And I don't think art resolves anything. I wish it would, but it's projecting a power into art that I don't think it does have. But I think artists' words, works, images, sounds have the possibility to inspire courage, to inspire determination, have the possibility to unify a group of people around a certain goal or determination. I mean, that's why there was, even in the past, there was war songs, and there was emblem, and there were flags, and there were ritual and apparatus. We collectively do need new rituals. We need new images. We need things that support our determination and our effort, because it is going to be an effort. It's not really possible to adapt without any effort.